Welcome to the Morning Blitz with John Abraham, Captain Cool, and the Bandiman Bailey Lowery. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Captain Cool.
Hello and welcome in, everybody, to a Thirst Thursday. That's what's on my script. It's usually a Thirsty Thursday, but I did Thirst Thursday here in No Man's Land. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery.
How's it going?
It's going great, Bandy. The weather outside is actually starting to feel nice. I'll say that. There's a little bit of wind, a little bit of cool breeze coming through. It's not just super hot like we're used to here in Huntsville area, but I will say, can't really complain about that. I can't complain about the college football that starts tonight. I can't complain about the high school football that'll be on our air tonight. I can't complain about the huge slate of games we got going on tomorrow as well. Holy cow, we got a lot of them, from Buckhorn to Madison Academy to Randolph to Sparkman. We have a plethora of great games for you guys on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, so make sure you guys download the app or have the website saved. 977ESPN.com is where you need to find us online, and the app is 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Just look us up on Apple and Android devices. 97ESPN.com. Find us, and you'll have all the access to all of our different zones, Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4, and now is Zone 5, which we're going to have Madison County against Grissom High School. So that one should be a good one. I'm very much looking. Well, no, it's Grissom versus Hazel Green. That's the game. And I'm getting mixed up with the game that's going on tonight, which is Madison County, and that should be a heck of a game. We're looking forward to all of that. And tomorrow I'll be heading out to Huffman High School in Birmingham, an hour-and-a-half drive to watch the Sparkman Senators go up against the Huffman Vikings. And honestly, I did some film on these guys. They're a quick team. I don't know if they're all in place as of right now where they should be on the roster, but you know what? To each their own. I'm not the coach of that team. They look pretty solid at times. Looked a little at other times, but I think Sparkman will be totally fine with that competition. It should be a good one on our air, but we will be talking to one of the Sparkman football players, and it's one of my favorite. It's Josh Ward, the quarterback of that team. He'll be hopping on with us at 9:30 to talk about what he's looking forward to in this game, as well as just his bonds with his teammates and who he really clicks with the most. And on top of that, prior to Josh Ward hopping on with us, we will be talking with Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club. That's why I'm wearing this hat, Bandy. I may look like Vanilla Spice, but I gotta admit I'm looking...
Wait, hold on. Who?
Nice.
Who?
John?
No, who? You're gonna look like who?
Vanilla Spice? I look like Vanilla Spice?
Whoop.
The One Piece? What were you about to say? Oh, yeah, by the way, One Piece.
Vanilla Ice?
Vanilla Ice. Yeah, what did I say? Vanilla Spice?
Vanilla Spice.
Oh, oopsies. Well, that was a mix-up right there. But by the way, you did kind of put that in my mind, though. The One Piece live-action show does come out.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what we're talking about with that, but if you guys want, it's on Netflix.
It's another Netflix show. I mean, hey, they come out with, 5 every week?
Yeah, and it's based off of an anime that Bandy watches. I don't watch it, but, it's live-action, meaning everybody can watch it now.
Yeah, why not? Check it out.
But
it looked pretty good.
Probably shouldn't be your first foray into the anime world, especially not on Netflix, because you never know what they're going to do. Hit or misses, left and right.
Well, you definitely should check out, though, if you have HBO Max. Or was it just Max now?
Yeah, it's Max.
Have you seen the Bishop Sycamore documentary?
I have yet to see it.
BS High School?
I got caught up on the Jets' Hard Knocks, and I got to say it's amazing, but I have not seen the Bishop Sycamore documentary just yet.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
No, what I wanted out of the Swamp Kings documentary, I got out of the Bishop Sycamore one.
That's good.
And they gave the head coach front and center on everything, and it really just showed, how did he get away with all this?
Yeah, that's how I'm thinking about it.
For one, how did he get away with it, and how did he get as far as he even did?
I know. It's like, guys, if you want to become famous, well-known, maybe not the most liked person in the world, create a high school football team that literally does not exist, and then have a documentary named after your team, as well as play up against one of the best high schools in all of America, and that is IMG, where they literally just recruit the best of the best to come and play on their sports team. So, I don't know. That whole situation, I can't believe we're years out of it now, but it was the wackiest thing I've ever seen. I remember Tom sitting on the couch watching this game, and I saw it was 42-0. I didn't think it'd be anything different from any other high school game, but turns out there's a lot of backstory to it, and now we get the full picture, even though it might not be the the most accurate full picture on the BS High documentary. So very fun. I got to go and watch that. But I just got caught up with Aaron Rodgers in the Hard Knocks crew with the New York Jets. Looking like a solid team. I think I made a great pick in getting Garrett Wilson because it shows us that Aaron Rodgers' favorite wide receiver right now is Garrett Wilson. So I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I'm excited. We finally actually have our DFL leagues finally set. Like everyone's in.
Yes.
Everyone's roster is out.
Nice.
We are ready to go for the start of week 1.
I haven't even got to look really at the roster. I haven't even looked at the app yet, but I can't wait to hop on and see how much I'm going to destroy. That's all I got to say. This show is presented by the wonderful people over at Fleming Roofing and Restoration. These are the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online and fill out your free quote today. You can find them at FlemingHSV.com. And remember that Fleming always shows up. Bandy, what was going on yesterday? Was there like a blue moon above us? Was there a blue moon? Because I didn't see any blue moon. I gotta admit, I know you're just as confused.
I saw like a little post about it. I didn't even see any kind of blue moon. I mean, did anybody out there see a blue moon?
I'm not talking about blue moon the drink. I'm talking about blue moon. The sky was supposed to have a blue moon above us. It was like a full moon that was supposed to be tinted blue. I didn't see it. I just saw a normal white moon just above us. It was beautiful. It wasn't blue, but then I saw all over the social medias. I saw people charging their crystals and just like praising the moon or whatever.
Charging their crystals?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I mean,
people do that?
Yeah, I guess teenage girls, they think that their paperweights are a little bit more significant than they actually are. No dissing to them. They can believe whatever they want. But Bandy, we got some college football tonight, and I gotta admit, I'm looking forward to all of these matchups. I mean, not really all of them, but I'm looking forward to some of them. One of them, we've talked with Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports about. It's the Utah versus the good old Florida Gators. And let me just say, this game should be pretty nice. I feel like these teams are pretty evened out. I feel like a middle-ranged SEC Florida team is about as good as one of the best teams over in the Pac-12, so I think that's going to be a good matchup on over in the West. Right now, Utah is a 6.5-point favorite, and the over-under is 45.5 in that game. I believe it's going to go over. I don't think the 6.5-point favorite to Utah is going to stand. I do think Florida is going to keep it very close. If anything, it might be, they lose by 2 points or they win by 2 points. So that's what I think is going to happen. It's college football, though, Bandy. And it's the first little taste of it we get with the real SEC teams going up against the Pac-12 teams. And now we're in the full swing of things. We can officially say that.
And what makes this matchup interesting? We got a lot of unknowns. I mean, how is Florida going to look without Anthony Richardson under center?
Yeah.
What is their offensive line going to look like? Can they stack up? Are they going to be able to stack up with the rest of the SEC? And honestly, Utah as their first opponent is a good primer to that because they are a good out of conference opponent. That plays a lot of SEC competition.
Yeah, we're not playing cupcakes, boys. We ain't playing cupcakes. Florida's going in all the way in their first game of the season. It's going to be nice.
But we've also got questions on the Utah side, too, which I'm glad we actually got with Michelle Bodkin a little earlier on to talk about these. But, I mean, you now have Cam Rising, one of their quarterbacks, pretty probable for today.
Yeah.
May not even play in today's matchup.
No, it's going to be intense to see. I know Cam Rising, it's the weird story that's coming out of Utah about the concerns around him. But, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't go with the seasoned veteran on that team. He's the guy to go to. Whereas Florida right now, they are sitting with QB concerns themselves, even though they're going to have Graham Mertz, who obviously comes out of Wisconsin. Very knowledgeable guy when it comes to the sport. But we're going to have to see if he can keep those interceptions to a minimum against the Utah team that is pretty depth defensive secondary. So it's going to be an interesting one to see, I will say. I can't wait to see it, but it's definitely the game I'm going to be watching over the Nebraska versus Minnesotas, the NC States versus UConn, the Kent State versus UCF. I know Tom's all over this Nebraska versus Minnesota game, but I mean...
Wait, why is he all over the Nebraska-Minnesota game?
He likes Minnesota. He thinks Minnesota is
likes soda?
Deep. Yeah, he thinks soda. He thinks Soda's going to do a pretty good job against Nebraska. And, I mean, it's in good faith because Nebraska's been very low as of late, unless we're talking about their volleyball team, which we will talk about here in a second. But
my goodness.
Minnesota is a 7.5-point favorite over Nebraska, 43.5 over-under on that game. And now let's move over to that Nebraska volleyball team because they set a world record for women's sports attendance. That's right, they filled out Lincoln Memorial Stadium. Now, look, let me just tell you first off, their last record that they set for volleyball was like around 16,000 people. Yeah, it was around 16,000 people, okay? We look at this one blows that one out of the water, okay? 92,003 people filled out the football stadium for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and I gotta say, there's probably more fans in the stadium for this volleyball team as there will be for the football team whenever they come in there. I don't exactly even know. They're week 2, I believe, but it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. But we have to hop into a break. When we come back, we're going to look into some PGA news with the Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club. That's why I'm wearing this awesome hat. You guys could get one too if you head on over to the shop over at Cherokee Ridge. But that's what's happening when we come back. PGA Tour, Jonathan Liggett. And then we're hopping into Josh Ward, a quarterback at Sparkman Senators football, here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
The best place to get 50s diner-style homemade delectables is Bubby's Diner. Located at 8412 Whitesburg Drive Southeast, try their all-new expanded breakfast menu with homemade waffles, omelets, and shrimp and grits. With 3 generations of experience, Chris Bubby Belcher has the best burgers in town. Don't forget to leave without a homemade pie or a hand-spun milkshake. Give Bubby's a call today at 256-513-8080. Bubby's Diner, home of the donut burger.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If your home needs updating or you have some projects that you just haven't gotten to, Eagle can help. They install shower doors, mirrors, shelving, blinds, bath hardware, and lots more. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
If you work in a dangerous or logistically intense industry, you know good training can be a challenge. There are training costs, safety concerns, and difficulty replicating real-world scenarios. There's a better way used right now in the Army and in all our armed services to better prepare our heroes, and it's available to you in your organizations. Higher Echelon's Game Development Team is revolutionizing learning in military training, dangerous industry, STEM, and sports performance domains with cutting-edge virtual training that immerses you in lifelike scenarios without the cost and safety concerns concerns for trainees. With Higher Echelon's game-based training, you'll experience realistic simulations, precision accuracy, and unparalleled safety. Higher Echelon founder Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets and puts that experience to use. His team has been building cutting-edge virtual training environments for soldiers and clients for a decade. Higher Echelon, the name you can trust for advanced training solutions. Reach out at higherechelon.com to get your free consultation. Go Higher and go Army.
Want to see what I bring to the party?
Congratulations to The Drive as we celebrate a decade of Wes and Steve. Here's to 10 more.
Now Sonny and Cher would say, that's on you, babe.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Golly. Oi. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Blitz. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery.
How's it going?
It's going good. The blue moon has helped my spirits rise, I will say. I don't have any crystals, but I do have a few diamonds on my fantasy football ring that I did put outside on the back of my car, and I think it absorbed all of the moon's powers, so now I'm feeling great today on a thirsty Thursday here in No Man's Land. I forgot, I had something I wanted to hop into real quick, but I guess I'll leave that for later, because, you know, I don't know what it is, you don't know what it is, the listeners don't know what it is, Bandy, I don't know, I'm just going to get into it later, but either way, we got some PGA golf to talk about, okay, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on with the PGA and the LIV Tour. We haven't talked about the LIV Tour in a while, and to clarify all of it, we got one Mr. Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Try saying that 5 times. Jonathan, how are you doing today?
I'm good, brother. I am fantastic once again, my man.
It's good to hear.
Talk, you got me laughing.
That's my goal here, all right? Let's go right into the Tour Championship for last week, obviously. Victor Hovland has been absolutely insane in the PGA. Just talk about where his legacy ends up after his 2 wins in a row and then finishing off winning the Tour Championship to boot.
Well, to start that off is, for one, respect. Everyone's giving this man respect right now. He's been playing like crazy good, okay? I mean, he matched Xander Schauffele with a 261 strokes, and Xander even shot the lowest round for the tournament. So Victor is just one of those guys right now where it's going to be hard to get in his head mentally. Mm-hmm. And when I'm talking about mentally, I'm going to get into that about the Ryder Cup. Okay, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Victor Hovland right now, yeah, for him going forward, it's just going to be an easy breeze for him, I believe. You know, he won the FedEx Cup. He's feeling good mentally. You know, he's pretty much relaxed right now. So everything forward for him right now is just going to be easy breezy. So Victor Hovland's in the winner's seat right now for a lot of tournaments to come ahead, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, and speaking of the Ryder Cup, the teams were announced. Kind of just go over those teams, what you think you're really going to be looking for come the end of this next month, yes.
So the Ryder Cup starting September 25th. It's going to be in Italy this year at the Marco Simone Golf and Country Club just outside of Rome. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be really cool to see. But, you know, yeah, the Ryder Cups this year, so the European team is not quite finalized yet. We will know that come this coming Monday. So we won't get too much into that. We'll talk about it a little bit. But the U.S. team is finished, and we see some people from last year, but we see some who are not. Mm-hmm. So we got the one and only Scotty Scheffler starting us off your automatic qualifier. We know Scotty, okay?
Of course.
The guy, he's a veteran, okay? He is so good competitively, mentally, so I'm excited to see him out there. Wyndham Clark, Brian Harmon, Patrick Cantley, Max Homa, and Xander Schauffele. Those are all your automatic qualifiers, and man, oh man, am I excited. One and only Max Homa, okay? If you don't know Max Homa, get to know him because he is a beast, and he's a fan favorite. People love this guy, okay? So he's going to be hyped. You want to see him on the screen when you're watching it on TV, okay? So keep him in mind. And then you got Brooks Koepka, Jordan Spieth. Oh, here we come. BDR, Ricky Fowler.
Let's go.
Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, and Sam Burns, okay? So you know the captain's picks. I'm excited for Ricky Fowler, BDR, okay? Mm-hmm. This guy, I can't wait to watch him and see what he does. I hope he brings the long hair back. It's probably not. But Ricky Fowler, man, I'm super excited to see him in the Ryder Cup this year. So hyped to see that. But as far right now for the European team, we have the Jon Rahm, Rory McIlroy, my favorite, my number one pick in almost everything right now. I talked about him last week. Victor Hovland,
of course,
and Tyler Hanton. Okay, Tyrell Hanton. Got his name wrong there. But the Ryder Cup, yeah, I'm excited for it, man. These teams, these matchups. I can't wait to see who's playing who. Hopefully they'll announce that next Monday when the European teams come out. But if you have never watched the Ryder Cup, anyone listening, you got to check it out. Comes September 25th, one of the most hyped events in golf history. And it's going to be sick. It's right now it is 23 USA to 14 Europe wins. So or what is it? No, 27 to 14. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, USA has got a pretty big leap on them. But I mean, what I'm scared like the main headline is going to be heading into this is that people are going to be focusing on Brooks Koepka being one of the captain's picks, and that I mean, it's like, yeah, he went over to the LIV tour, but I mean, the captain's already come out and said like, hey, I wanted him, the guys wanted him. He's going to be great for the locker room. I don't see the issue here. So, I mean, do you see could you see this? I mean, being kind of an issue or just with the media running with it?
I think, when it comes to media and stuff, in my opinion, a lot of that is just trying to stir drama, trying to get some things out there, get things started, get something to look at, They just want people to talk about it. So in my opinion, I think the guys are going to love Brooks Koepka. He talks about it in the video. What is the Netflix series? What is that? What's that called again?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen it. But.
He talks about it on there. He's like, if they pick me, if they don't, it's whatever. But he says, I'm here for the USA. That's my team. That's what I'm going for. So if they pick me, he's gonna go all out. So no, I think in my opinion, I like Brooks Koepka. He's a fantastic player. He has the mentality, and he's kind of intimidating out there on the course. When he gets hot, it's kind of scary. So no, I think these guys it's going to be great for him to have Brooks on the team. All the chemistry that's going to be going around, it's going to be great. No, I think it's a great pick, Brooks Koepka. Now,
of course, yeah, and I think the media really adding on to it. I mean, it does a little bit of backlash. Obviously, it might not be the main rhetoric that is around the team, but it is bringing in some hype towards the Ryder Cup, which is going to be very interesting to see. Kind of speaking of the LIV, it's reported that the PGA Tour and the LIV Golf are set to unite for an elite global tour. Kind of just talk about what that actually means for the people at home listening.
Right. So there's not a whole lot of details come out, but there is some information that the Daily Mail has reported 3 or 4 hours ago. But yeah, the PGA, the DP World Tour, and the LIV, they are thinking about having a unified global schedule that would see the top players invited to compete across 18 tournaments.
Wow.
And that also includes the 4 pre-existing majors we already have on the PGA. And the players will be allowed to appear on all 3 of the tours, which that's kind of cool. That's weird. So you can just, I want to go to the DP World Tour. Oh, yeah, I want to go over there and play. So it's like, that's something to bring here. So that's kind of interesting and cool. There will also be wild cards permitted into these players, into these 18 events. So that's kind of weird, and you're going to have some. I'm not sure what wild cards means. That's some of the information, the details we have not yet been permitted to. So that's going to be cool to hear. But also, this is the crazy part. Okay, not only is it we're getting these new 14 tournaments, also the money is going outrageously high. So the prize money for these top 18 tournaments will also be reported increase significantly to around $25.4 million US.
Sheesh, that money is
You're talking about golf about to be a sport that's going to be talked about a lot, going to start getting big. This is it.
Yeah.
Starting in 2025, I'm pretty sure the changes are coming. And I mean, you're going to have people from all over the world going to be like, okay, I got to start playing golf.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money in this. It's going to be getting talked about. So that's most of the details we have right now. But as far as LIV PGA, I'm excited to see what's happening. I didn't like it at first, but people change,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm the things that are coming. Even though the players got absolutely backstabbed this last June with all the news, it's something I feel like needed to happen. For golf's sake, because it was before COVID. Let me tell you, it was dying. Okay. So, I mean, it was popular, but like, golf courses were running out of business and stuff. COVID hit. People were like, what are we going to do? Golf courses like, we got you. We're going to stay open.
Exactly.
And so here we are. So it's going to be cool to see what's happening with all these tours combining, and I'm excited. For the people at home, for people everywhere. get ready for something cool in the new golf world.
Great stuff, Jonathan. Let the people know where they can find you and where they can come and maybe help play some golf or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Come over to Cherokee Ridge Country Club. We are located in Union Grove, Alabama, about 20 minutes south of Huntsville. We do private lessons. We do group lessons. We have ladies' clinics. Course is in great shape, and the tee sheet's always filling up. So come out, give us a call. That's Cherokee Ridge Country Club in Union Grove, Alabama. We'd love to have you. Great place, beautiful scenery. Come check us out.
Great stuff, Jonathan. Can't wait to talk with you again next week about, really the Ryder Cup getting closer and closer to see what that European roster looks like. But for now, we leave you on what you got to do. You have a great rest of your day, buddy.
Absolutely, brother. You two boys be good over at 97.7.
Good stuff from Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club. He is the assistant pro over there in Union Grove, so he does a wonderful job doing that and a great job talking golf. I'm glad I could get him on. And honestly, what I'm seeing from the PGA, as well as I'm seeing from the NCAA, is a revolution, I would say, to really just build the sport. And there's a lot of controversy going around with both the LIV as well as all this realignment going on, the NIL and NCAA. But I think at the end of the day, I think a little bit of competition for the PGA was a great thing. It's getting pushed forward. It's bigger than it has ever been. And for the NCAA, obviously, I mean, you might be a little upset about all these changes that are coming on, but college football has never been this big until now, okay? This is the biggest it has ever been. This is the biggest it might ever be. And now we're seeing all of these teams go over to these different conferences. It's getting a little bit more of a close-knit community out in the east of the United States. So it's going to be a lot easier to see teams you've probably never seen before, even though it might be, a little off to see some of these teams from the west being in these eastern conferences. It's definitely something I'm not used to. But it's going
to take some time.
It's something we're all going to have to get used to because it's just kind of what the world is coming to, okay? That money will rule at the end of the day, even in college football, where money really did not circulate to any of these players only like 5 years ago. So that's the craziest stuff. But good stuff from Jonathan Liggett. If you guys want to hear that interview again, or you have just now joining us, you can watch the whole show over on our YouTube at WZZN TV or on Twitch at the same exact name. But we need to hop into a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Josh Ward, a quarterback over at the Sparkman Senators football team. That's what's coming up here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Unlike other credit cards that decline sports betting transactions or treat them as a cash advance, the GBank Visa Signature Card can load directly to your favorite sportsbook apps. G.bank/VSiN.
Heading into the final stretch of the Major League Baseball season, division titles still up for grabs. Baltimore leads Tampa by 1.5 games in the AL East. The Guardians are 5 games behind the Twins in the AL Central. In the AL West, Seattle and Houston are tied for the top spot with Texas 1 game behind. Barring major collapses, the Braves and Dodgers have their divisions tied up. The NL Central, meanwhile, is wide open. The Brewers have a 3-game lead over the Cubs. The Reds are just 6 games out. Atlanta, the favorite to win the World Series, plus 330. The Dodgers, plus 425. Milwaukee's a minus 320 bet to win the NL Central, the Cubs plus 320, Houston plus 130 to win the AL West. Get the latest lines and more at vsin.com.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowery of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. Taking care of your property yourself can be a real headache. Eagle can handle it for you. They offer full landscaping services, irrigation, mowing, bush hog, and can install plants and trees, sod, and even landscape borders. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowery of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Storton Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. Really is going to be a beautiful day across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. We drop into the mid-upper 60s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. More cloud cover Friday afternoon. A couple of isolated showers certainly can't be ruled out, but it does not look like the day or the evening is going to be a complete wash. Temperatures climb into the mid and upper 80s, dropping into the upper 60s through the overnight. I'm Chief Meteorologist Storton Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hello and welcome back in, everybody, to the Morning Blitz. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery.
Hey.
And we just got out of a wonderful conversation with Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club, giving us a little bit of a preview on the Ryder Cup. Tell us a little bit of information on the PGA Live situation, as well as just talking about how amazing that lineup is for just all around with the PGA is looking pretty good, okay? Hovland has been just spectacular. But now it's time to kind of turn our tides, get back into the football theme, because the football is what we really care about here on the Morning Blitz, I'll say that much. And we're going to be talking to a wonderful quarterback in the form of Josh Ward from Sparkman Senators football. Josh, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Living.
Sir. Yeah, understandable. Oh, yeah. Understandable. You got a football game tomorrow, but first, before we even talk about what's going on tomorrow in Birmingham, let's talk about that Hazel Green matchup, because you only got to play one half of it, but I will say, people might be forgetting how amazing that one half was. 31-0, all in the span of the 30 minutes of the first.
That's like 24, yeah.
And then you guys go on. Just kind of talk about how you guys were able to execute all of that and more on that first game of the week, or first game of the year.
Well, man, we practiced real hard. We knew what we had to come in there and do. And I mean, I knew what they were going to do. I knew what they were going to give me. I feel like my coaches, they set everybody up to, pretty much know our jobs and know what we needed to do. And I feel like we all executed against Hazel Green. And I wish we could have played the whole game.
Of course.
But stuff happens.
Yeah.
So,
stuff does happen.
Got to live with it and move on. Yes, sir.
Exactly. And then kind of talk about Coach Ronnie Watson, because it's his first time being the head coach of this team. Obviously, he was helping out with the defensive side of the ball last year. But kind of how is it adjusting to a new head coach and his schemes and just the relationship behind that new coach?
Well, I mean, we all have a great relationship with Coach Watson, I will say. I mean, Coach Watson, he's an awesome head coach. He really is. He's done a lot for us, and we try to give him our all. He's went in there and he's changed a lot of stuff. I mean, kept a lot of things the same too, so that we could all adapt. Over time, didn't just flip the switch on all of us. But we upped the intensity, and it's serious in there. So
Yeah,
it's been great. It's been great.
It's definitely looking great. And kind of talk about your wide receivers, because obviously your team works with a very pass-heavy scheme. Looking at Jonathan Rozier, Amari Jabbar, Brian Nance, Brody Slate. I mean, these guys are all just spectacular wide receivers to have in your arsenal. Kind of just talk about what they bring to this team as well, on top of your quarterback abilities.
Man, those are some dudes right there, and I love them. They all have crazy work ethic, and I feel like every practice, all of us are building that connection, getting better together. I mean, all four of them, they bring some heat to our offense, speed. Some, Brody, brings some height. John, he brings the height. Amari, he's just such an explosive player, and once that ball hits his hands, he's gonna do something with it.
Exactly.
And they're all super smart. They all know what they need to do, and they know that they do the job very well. So I mean, I just couldn't even ask for a better receiving crew, and the coaches there coaching my receiver crew up. So a lot of props to them.
Yeah, and it's great to have, obviously, some good wide receivers. But on top of that, I mean, talk about this offensive line really holding down the fort for you guys. I mean, Dalton Campbell, you got Sir John Draper. I mean, all of these guys, 250 and above, it's absolutely insane to see. And then Justin Rainey, who's sitting at 315. Kind of just talk about these guys and what they bring to this team as well.
Yeah, my offensive line, man. See, I'll start with my center, Jaden Lamar, and I've it's a lot of mutual respect in there with Jaden Lamar. That guy works, man. He really does, and he brings he keeps the offensive line in check. I mean, he makes great calls, so he's great.
Yeah,
and we've got right now at our left guard we've got Jackson Perry, and then the right guard Dalton Campbell, and right tackle right now we have actually got Sean Johnson playing right now. I think Sir John's got some things with his arm. I'm not sure if he's playing or not. I haven't heard anything about that. So I hope he's good. So I just haven't seen him. And then at left tackle right now we've got Justin. So and we've got those. I mean, they're all dudes, man. They really are, and they all work. They all communicate great together. We keep building that connection. Just giving them time to, not necessarily snapping the ball when they're in the middle of, giving each other their jobs and what they need to get done.
Of course.
So, it's just a lot of connection building with them, and they're doing great. I love my offensive line right now, so
it's good to have a good relationship with the entire offense. And I do like Jaden Lamar. I saw his. Was he the one that has the senior banner with the syrup on the pancakes? Okay, because I got a kick out of that one. But
they were good too. They let me have a bite of them afterwards. I will say.
Great stuff from Josh Ward over at the Sparkman Senators football team. Looking on that defense, I mean, you guys weren't able to really shut out without having a solid defense. Kind of just talk about the playmakers on that side of the ball and who you're really looking to kind of lead that squad throughout the season.
Oh man, the list goes on. We've got a great, solid, linebackers crew right now. Wabez Ponder, Jeffrey Carter, Sharif. We're Noah Hartley. We've got those guys kind of sustain that little middle area. And of course, J Rock, back there playing safety, and we've actually got. And Anthony, Anthony right now is at the other position, safety, and he's a dude, man. He really is gonna be good. J Rocks, he's gonna perform every time. We've got our two corners right now. I'm pretty sure it's Will and I think right now it's going between. I've seen Bari out there, but right now we've got dudes at all those positions right now. We've even got dudes holding down D line right now. Jamarion, we've got Kirkland Whittle, Big Country, Hard Petty, that's my dude right there, and James Cangelosi. We got Josh Murphy. I'll tell you, that dude, he's a playmaker.
Oh yeah,
and he's somebody who impacts their defense a lot, and they really all are. Our defenses, dude, they came together right before my eyes. This past little season we've got, so. It's been great watching them all do their thing, and I feel like they're going to have a great season this year, shut some dudes out, and maybe even get us some points on the board. We've got some dudes who they'll go get the ball and they'll take it back to the crib. So it's going to be exciting watching that.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of going back to really like the whole syrup on the pancake thing, but I mean, just really making memories like that as a team together. I mean, is really just important and is truly important. How much of a factor has that chemistry and team building been in the locker room in practice and just overall as a squad together?
Man, it's been great. I mean, we all motivate each other. Nobody's out there tearing each other down. It's positive at practice, and that does feed into a lot of game situations, because there's going to be a lot of adversity you got to overcome in that game. And if you all lose your head against each other and start blaming each other for everything, it's going to go downhill pretty quick. So I feel like right now we've got it pretty established to where our relationship with each other, it's we know that we got to get done, and it's positively all over the board. So yeah, it's great having a good relationship with all my teammates, really.
It's good to hear that there's a real family growing up in that roster. And kind of talk about this upcoming matchup real quick, and we'll get you out of here, get you back in class against the Huffman Vikings.
I mean, is he in that much of a hurry to get back to class?
No, he's probably not, but we're in a hurry to get to breaks because we got to pay some bills. But for you, Josh, I mean, kind of looking at this Huffman team, last year able to handle them pretty easily. I mean, 42-0. I mean, looking into this one, do you expect the defense is going to be doing more of the same as last year? Also, offensive side, maybe put up some more points than 42. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would love to, score some more points on that board. Of course, that's the thing right there. And, I know the defense, they're going to come through, man. They're focused this week. I mean, I watched them at practice. They're they've been coming out and hitting. They've been they getting to it. So
of course,
Huffman, they're going to be. They've got some dudes. They've got some explosive guys. They're athletic. They're going. I mean, they're a sound football team, man. So it's going to be a good game. I feel like defense going to do their job, offense going to do their job, and it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good Friday.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
And all the listeners can hear that game going down tomorrow night on Zone 4 on 97.7 ESPN. The Zone. I'll be on the cover with that one with Joe Abraham. So, Josh, it's great talking with you. Cannot wait to see what you guys put to the field tomorrow. Just can't wait to see it happen. And you have a great rest of your day.
And you too, man. Thank you.
Good stuff. Josh Ward, quarterback for the Sparkman Senators, team that shut out Hazel Green last week. Hazel Green also is going to be having a pretty good game against Grissom High School this week. It will be on our station, so make sure you guys tune in for that. But good conversator, I will say. Josh did a pretty good job. He's very comfortable, calm. I feel like that kind of equates to how he plays on the field as well. He's very calm in the pocket. He throws a good ball. It's a very tight spiral, and then he gets into his spectacular wide receivers that I just can't wait to be just calling out tomorrow just nonstop.
Yeah, I'd say leading your offense to 31-0 at halftime is a pretty good indicator of being calm behind the wheel.
Exactly. And I mean, just the wide receivers that he's got, it makes it a lot easier on a quarterback to make sure he's able to be calm in the pocket. But yes, you guys, make sure you tune into that game tomorrow. It is going to be wonderful. And if you're more of a, Randolph guy, maybe a Madison Academy guy, check out Zones 2 and 3. And then Buckhorn will be going up against the Hallie High School or something like that. The Huskies. I should learn the name. Tom has messed me up with it. Okay, he really has messed me up. But you can watch that or listen to that on Zone 1, aka 97.7 ESPN The Zone. But we gotta hop into a break, everybody. When we come back, we're gonna finish off by going over a few of the rest of the scheduled football games going down this weekend in college football. So that's what's coming up here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Southern Fidelity Mortgage. Think of them as a loan for everyone, offering more products than anyone else and the guaranteed lowest rates and costs in town. Of the 2,000 loans that Southern Fidelity Mortgage has pre-approved over the last 10 years, all but one have closed. That's unprecedented in the banking business. For FHA, VA, rural development, and conventional mortgages, for the best mortgage experience in town, it's Southern Fidelity Mortgage.
Call Southern Fidelity Mortgage Company at 256-656-5936.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hello, listeners. My name is Jonathan Dunwoody, and I own Minuteman Press. We are a full-service print shop that is locally owned and operated. I have personally been handling direct mail for over 17 years and have a great relationship with the USPS. We are the only print shop in the area that is listed as a print provider on their website and the only printing franchise that can use their logo as our partner on marketing materials. We can help from conception to design, print, and delivery to the post office. And with our easy, secure online payment option, you don't even need to leave your office. Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Storton Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. Really is going to be a beautiful day across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. We drop into the mid-upper 60s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. More cloud cover Friday afternoon. A couple of isolated showers certainly can't be ruled out, but it does not look like the day or the evening is going to be a complete wash. Temperatures climb into the mid and upper 80s, dropping into the upper 60s through the overnight. I'm Chief Meteorologist Storton Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You know, this process is all about talking ball.
Listen to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond.
What did they want privacy for? To just start talking ball.
Every weekday morning, wake up with Scott and Drew. It's Talkin' Ball. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Seems like these songs I wish I could just let ride. But I'm not going to let that happen. John Abraham, Cam Cool, alongside the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery. Here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Kind of want to look over a few of these games that are going to be going down this weekend because college football week 1 is officially gone.
It's officially here.
It is officially here, guys. We got some games today. Nothing really crazy to look at. Obviously, Florida at Utah is going to be the one to watch. Nebraska at Minnesota probably the second one if you guys want to flip back and forth during the commercial breaks. Tomorrow we're going to have some games. Honestly, nothing crazy, nothing special. We got Miami versus Miami. That'll be interesting. Miami, Ohio wants to show Miami who the real Miami is, but honestly, there's just two Miamis to really care. Central Michigan versus Michigan State, Georgia Tech versus Louisville, Stanford and Hawaii. It's just all those types of games. But going on, Oklahoma will be going up against Arkansas State. They are a 35-point favorite. Let's just keep away from that one. TCU is a 20.5 point favorite against Colorado.
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of crazy to think. I mean, I don't know if people are kind of underestimating what Colorado's got going down. They do have a lot of talent on that team, but putting it all together in the span of an offseason, kind of difficult for Deion Sanders, I would say.
I mean, we went through it. I believe it was yesterday or the day before too. I mean, we went through their depth chart. It is all orange.
Yeah, it is all
full
orange.
Of transfers.
Yeah, full of transfers, full of new kids coming in. I mean, I believe it was 4 starters coming back from last season from that 1-11 Colorado team. So
yeah, I mean, the Colorado rework is. I mean, it's been a hot story for what, like 2 months at this point.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody under the sun knows about it.
Yeah. So
but against a top 25 TCU team.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how they play, though.
They're going to get humbled.
I mean, Max Duggan's not on that squad anymore. You lose your number one wide receiver. I mean, this TCU team's going to look a lot different as well, even though, their whole team is kind of still intact from last year, despite a few of those big playmakers being out. Virginia versus Tennessee is going to be going down. Me and my girl will be watching that one because she's a supposed Tennessee fan, even though she's a supposed Tennessee fan. So I'll be giving her a little bit of leeway on that one. I do want to see how this Tennessee team is going to be under Joe Milton and the rest of this squad, but they are a 28-point favorite over Virginia. I think that might be a little bit closer of a game, and I also think that another game down the line is going to be a little bit closer. But then MTSU at Alabama, 39-point favorite. This is the first time we're going to see these quarterbacks really get some playing time in the real world. So Nick Saban might have a solid choice at the end of this one going into the Texas matchup in week 2. And then Rutgers versus Northwestern. Who cares? That's just not a matchup that really appeals to me. But Duke versus Clemson, on the other hand, is going to be one that appeals to me because Clemson's going to Duke. Duke is a 15.5 underdog, okay? And you look at this and you're thinking, Clemson, I think this is going to be a very close game. I think that Clemson obviously has some new players, and I think they got to kind of adjust to where they're at. Clemson also lost to Tennessee in the last game of the season after beating North Carolina in the bowl or the championship game, the ACC championship game last season. And honestly, I didn't expect that. But now this team's going to be coming up against a pretty solid Duke team, which Tom has been talking a lot more highly of. I think they've got a pretty spectacular defense, but their offense is pretty good. Their defense is where it's going to maybe break through a little bit, despite obviously having some veterans on that squad as well. But the big story is going to be coming out of the quarterback for this Clemson Tigers team because Cade Klubnik is the guy. We're not talking about DJ Ulalego again. He's over in Oregon State, but the guy, Cade Klubnik, he's the guy to really look at. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns last season, 3 interceptions. He looked very good in the ACC championship game against North Carolina. But how is he going to look whenever this team is genuinely his? It is all his to take throughout this season. I think he's got an insane ceiling. But I think the lows also outweigh it because he's only 19 years old, guys. This is a sophomore playing against some big boys in the ACC, and then obviously they're going to be playing up against some different competition throughout the season. So definitely a game to watch, Clemson versus Duke. And, Bandy, looking at all these matchups, which one are you kind of looking forward to the most?
I mean, pretty much Colorado TCU. I mean, that's my number one to see.
You like that one?
Because I do want to see how his Colorado team matches up, but also Alabama, Middle Tennessee State because I'm going to watch every Alabama game this year as much as I can, as much as I physically can.
Definitely.
And plus, I want to see all the rotations. I want to see if we actually do try to go through every single quarterback.
No,
we're probably going to leave. I mean,
one of them is probably going to get left to the curb for now.
I mean, there's 4.
Yeah, well. Overall, I think there's 5 quarterbacks on the roster. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the NFL. You can have as many as you want, to be honest. So, I don't know. It's just we're going to have to look at that and see what Alabama really just shows.
I didn't hear about the mystery 5th one.
No, Jalen Milroe is going to be obviously the number 1. You look back and you got Tyler Buckner. He's the 2nd-string quarterback. And then the 3rd-string quarterback, Ty Simmons. And then it just goes back to some of the younger kids that a lot of people do be talking about, I will say. But I don't know if it's really a question of whether they're going to play this season or whether they're going to take over the football team for next season. Because I will say, some of these guys are talented, but I just think they're a little too young on a young Alabama team to really get the start right now. But obviously you do have Dylan Lonergan, who people have been praising a lot of, and then Eli Holstein at that 5th position, also a freshman. I mean, you look at this team, 3 freshmen, their starting quarterback's a sophomore, and then their 2nd string is that one kid that's just like, hey, I made it onto this team. Let's see if I can get a start. Tyler Buckner is that said quarterback. I don't know. Notre Dame didn't really do him well, I'll say that. But who knows? Alabama, you got a lot more weapons. Middle Tennessee should be a formidable foe, at least for the first few minutes of this game. I think that they'll be able to show out. We'll be able to get a clearer picture, and the Alabama fans don't have to worry anymore about the future of what this team has to really give us, because we all know that it's going to be a young, developing team, but it's still going to be one of the best teams in the country. I can't get away from that. It's insane to think about. One of the youngest teams in all of college football, just being looked at as one of the best. Love it. LSU versus Florida State's also going to be a good one, guys. Make sure you tune in to all the fun. But for me and the Bandiman, we're out of here on a Thirsty Thursday here on the Morning Blitz.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family